Welcome back, guys, to Mr. Weatherman Forecast or Mr. Weather Forecast. In today's forecast, we're taking a look at a very active tropical activity that we are going to be looking about. Tropical Storm Carl has just formed in a few minutes ago. Not only that, the National Hurricane Center or Storm Prediction Center, I was mentally, I know, yeah, look, whatever. I was just kidding. So, in the National Hurricane Center, it issued a tropical storm. Tropical Storm Carl was issued from the National Hurricane Center. Not only that, Storm Prediction Center also issued a marginal risk going on in the northern mid upper Midwest into the somewhere around in the Great Lakes into the south central. And not only that, there's also going to be some snow, which we're going to be taking a look at. So you better get your jackets ready, because there is going to be a lot of snow we are going to be taking a look with. So get ready, guys. Get some snow boots and some snow cones to make with. So without further, let's get started. Alright, welcome back, guys, to Mr. Weather Forecast. We're here with video. I know you guys been asking me where did I left lately. Nah, I know you guys. I was just kidding. You guys don't ask me if I left or not. Well, whatever. So, as you all know, I did left because a few reasons. Reason number one reason is because I left because I needed to take a break from YouTube for a while, because why not? I just wanted to take a break, and that was it. So, as always, I know you guys told me where I went and where it is, and who knows. Alright, but still, guys, I am so glad to see you guys again, and not only I also want to make a special shout out later. So before we go any further, let's get started. Alright, so we're here with the radar data, as known as the tropical tidbits. So if you guys want to see this, link is up there and link in the description down below so you guys can look at this. Without further, let's get started. So we take a look. There is the radar data. Now you guys know what this radar data. It's the NAM 3 kilometer model. So let's take a look. If we take a look at this loop, you can see that there's a lot of rain going on because of the Storm Prediction Center did issue a a margin risk, which we will take a look at the Storm Prediction Center. So we start at the Storm Prediction Center. We have a marginal risk going on for the portions of the northeastern of Kansas, stretching into the northeastern into the Great Lakes, also including for Kansas, Missouri, Iowa, Illinois, Michigan, and no, that's not Michigan. That's Wisconsin and Minnesota. So these areas are expected with this marginal risk is issued today, or yeah, which is today right now, or not today because that today's tomorrow and everything else. All right, but still, we're going to take a look. And as the tornado threat is issued, there is less 2% chance of these areas. So anyone else who lives in these areas are in the clear, but not almost in the clear, because there is a wind threat that we are going to be taking a look. There is a 5% chance of wind threats, and these areas are included as for Milwaukee, Kansas City, Minneapolis, Wichita, and St. Paul. Not only that, you guys may be cleared out, but hail, let's take a look at the hail. There is very much danger. Hail is active and is issued for Milwaukee, Kansas, Omaha, Minneapolis, and Wichita. Not only that, this is what we're going to be taking a look as we go further. Not only that, we're going to take a look at the second day, and not only that, this is surprising because there is a marginal risk. So there is a marginal risk for the portions of the eastern side of Texas into the northern or the south central of Ohio. Now, why is this happening? Because there is a lot of storms we're going to be taking a look, and that's rare. The storms don't happen in the winter or fall. They don't happen like that. They only happen in the spring or in the summer, which is very rare. But still, that doesn't make any sense. But still, makes sense. But it's rare. But it's always all right. We have a marginal risk for Columbus, Ohio, Memphis, Tennessee, Nashville, Tennessee, Cincinnati, Ohio, Louisville, Kentucky. Anyone else who lives in these areas are under the marginal risk. But not only that, the tornado threat is not only that. We also have a 2% of tornadoes. So anyone else who lives in these areas are gonna get the tornado threat. Maybe a few tornadoes, maybe not that too dangerous. But if it's a 2% chance, there's probably going to be like, I don't know, EF zeros are not that dangerous. So, but still, We still got to be in an outlook for the 2% chance. So make sure you guys stay tuned and let's get started. Okay. So for the 2% chances for Nashville, Tennessee, Cincinnati, Ohio, Louisville, Kentucky, Lexington, Fayette, and Birmingham. Not only that, wind threats. Let's take a look at the wind threats. A 5% chance for the portions of the same side as always. The eastern side is stretching from the eastern side of Texas into the north central of or the south central of Ohio, and these areas are included just like before. And the hail threat is probably going to be the same area. So anyone else who lives in these areas are to make sure you guys are to post anything else, post this video because this video may reach a lot of viewers. But still, I want to make sure you guys are safe so you guys can take a look at this. Now, for day 3, we do have a marginal risk, but this time for the eastern side where I almost live down here, which I live in Henrico, and that's in Virginia, but that doesn't matter right now. What matters is that we have to take a look at the storm and we got to be ready. All right, for the marginal risk, we have a marginal risk for the portions of of Pennsylvania, MD, the DC, and Virginia. So anyone else who lives in these areas are under the third day of risk for marginal risk. And for the probabilities is definitely a 5% chance. So anyone else who lives in these areas are to make sure you guys are aware about this storm. Not only that, we're going to be taking a look at further more and more conditions. And not only that, we're going to take a look at the first tropical activity that we never been taking a look. So without further, let's get to a look. So we're here with the satellite imagery. I know it's a little bit slower and laggy, but that doesn't matter. So we do have a tropical storm and tropical storm. What's his name? I forgot its name. Sorry, it's tropical storm Carl. All right, tropical storm Carl. Tropical storm Carl is still active, and where is it heading? It's heading down here. Now, how we identify it by taking a look at the National Hurricane Center. So, in the tropics, or not in the tropics, but still in the area. So, in Carl is on the maximum sustained winds up to 35 knots and 40 miles per hour. The minimum central pressure is 100 or 10,000 1006 millibars, located at 20.1 north and 94.8 west. The movement is northwest at 5 knots to 6 miles per hour. So this is a slower movement to take it there. So be ready, guys, because this storm may be active. Now let's take a look at what it's currently going on. So if we take a look at this one on the small footage, which we cannot closer in. So if we take a look at the small footage, so we take a look at small one or larger one, as we all know. We have a real active storm we need to think a little worry about. Okay, enough rapping because if I rap, I'm gonna get distracted. Okay, so if y'all see, there is a tropical storm activity going on somewhere here. So anyone else who lives in these areas are to make sure to take cover. Not only that, this is going to be turned into a subtropical storm all the way here, and then later it will go here, turn into a subtropical storm going on at 7 p.m., which is already past Tuesday, which is Tuesday right now. Then Wednesday by tomorrow, by 1 p.m. Wednesday, there's going to be this subtropical storm, and then later, as it goes 1 a.m. Thursday, this thing will be subtropical until Thursday 1 p.m. And then later it will reach us until 1 a.m. on Friday, and then 1 p.m. on Friday, this will turn the depression into the western side or the eastern side of Mexico. So anyone else who lives in Mexico are to take cover and to make sure you guys are tuning into all your satellites, your radio stations, everything, all yada that. So everyone needs to find their safe spots in Mexico or just move into the west side of Mexico where it's safe. But still, we gotta make sure you guys are in your safe spot. Now, we have learned all about tropical storms, rain, threats of a lot of storms. But not only that, we're not going to be thinking about just rains and destructive winds. Or maybe we should take a look at the models again, just to make sure what the winds are, because the winds are important. They're important for us. Well, we haven't showed the radar yet, so let's get showing. So, if we take a look at the radar data, you can see, yeah, Time and date. You need time and date because time and date is way better. All right. So if we take a look at the radar data, you can see we go further, and as you see, there is a squall line of thunderstorms that may be forming into the portions of the northern eastern side of Kansas, and then later it reaches into the upper Midwest, into the Great Lakes further, and you can see that there is a squall line that is facing there. But that's not only that, we're also seeing lots and lots of pockets of rain that we are going to be taking a look. But if we go further, this rain is very rapid and is heading all the way to the eastern side, including from Michigan, Indiana, Ohio, Kentucky, Tennessee, and what's that place? All those areas they're expected here. I'm going to mark it right here. See this area where I'm pointing on this slingshot thingy? See that this is where the rain your way. So anyone else who lives in these areas, get your jackets, get your umbrellas ready for this rain. Now, if you go further, you see this rain goes away and it moves into the east, and that is where the cause of the Storm Prediction Center to issue this type of storm. And on Thursday, October 13th, you can see that this is a huge squall line. So anyone else who lives in Virginia or anywhere else in the eastern side of the U.S. must make sure you guys are ready. But now let's get going with the radar on snow. So, on snow, we see there is a lot of snow going on in the northern side of Minnesota. Minnesota, you guys can see that Minnesota is under some snow, which is very, very good. We're going to go backwards so you guys can see the footage. And ooh, there it is. Now, at October Thursday at 5 p.m. in the afternoon, you guys will experience some snow, guys. Snow! Snowy snow, my fellow friends. Fellow snow. So, at 5 p.m. on October 13th, you will experience some snow, so get your jackets, boots, anything else. Anyone else who lives anywhere else who goes to school, sees snow, you're gonna have a lot of fun time. Well, snow won't be that too heavy, so I know maybe the system won't close down, but there's gonna be still some snow. Now, let's take a look, and as it reaches by Friday by Blah. By Thursday on October 13th at 5 p.m., this is where the snow reaches into the northern side of Minnesota, and then later it goes down here into the northern central of Minnesota until 8 p.m. on Thursday, and then later we go further at 10:11. The snow dissipates and it goes all the way from Minnesota to Wisconsin, and later it dissipates. But then some of the snow will go on the northeastern of North Dakota. Now we're gonna take a look at the data on snow. So let's look at the data with the snow on model viewers. So let's just get further. Also, you guys know that this is close. It's close. Free version. Alright. So, if we take a look at this radar or snow data, we call it the snow the snow of the system. And as y'all see at Friday or Thursday, this is where all the snow. Now, according to this bar right here, you see that this is actually all the gray stuff means a little bit. So you guys may have 1 inch of snow. Anyone else who lives in Michigan will get at least maybe 2 to 7 inches of snow. So anyone else who are in the northern side of Michigan will experience some snow. So have fun with that snow and get some snowballs. Well, throw some snow at you. Okay, throw a snow at you guys. Throw anything of snow. If you see that, there is really, really rare snow on October because October does not fall snow. It just throws snow. So, not only that, snow is going to be happening, and then later it will dissipate away as we go further. So, this is where all the snow will be active. So, anyone else who lives in Michigan and Minnesota and Wisconsin, you guys are about to experience the snow time. So, also we're going to take a look at the radar data one more time to see the winds because we have not checked it. I'm very sorry for not showing the winds, but still we're going to show the winds, the high millibars, the height of the wind, and the wind speed of this radar data. But still, we got to make sure we are in the safe spots. So, we go further. Not only that, if this is not good enough, we also have a lot of storms we're gonna be worrying about. Snow is cool, but storms are not cool. They're destructive. Now, if we go further, there's a very active storm, as I said earlier. Maybe at the 50s. The 50s, there will be high winds of in the 50s. When you go further, you can see that this wind activity is pushing it into the eastern side. So Michigan and Indiana will experience maybe a few higher winds. And we go further, you can see that these higher winds will move into the eastern side. So anyone else who lives in the eastern side will experience some actual winds. So if you guys are watching this, make sure you guys click the like, subscribe to the channel so you guys do not miss. And we go further, you can see that there is this wind and it goes into the eastern side. So anyone else who lives in the eastern side will experience maybe in the 50s to the 40s of the wind activity or wind velocity. So if we go further, there's the wind and it hits into the eastern side. But later on Thursday, this is where you guys are about to experience. Now, just to take a note in mind, this may be or may not be accurate. So, but still, once I make a hang of this, we will make sure you guys are up to date. We go further, and this higher wind goes into the eastern side, all the way into Canada. We go further, it moves away. So anyone else who lives in the eastern side or in these areas will experience some high winds. But that's not only that, we also want to make a small commercial today. So without further, we will be right back after these messages, and then we will do the ending. So let's get started with the commercial. So, guys, have you been always alone and you guys were not part of the fellow friends activity? Well, what if a person was to be part of the community? So, welcome to the Mr. Weather Forecast merchandise website. So you guys have been not noticing lately, I have officially opened the Mr. Weather Forecast merchandise. I'm deciding to re-edit a few of the merchandise. So anyone else who are watching this video, you guys can buy my merch. You guys can buy my mugs, anything, my mugs, shirts, anything else that you like. So anyone else who visits my store will get to buy the mugs. Mugs, shirts, sweaters, even notebooks. So you guys want more good stuff, I will make it up to you. So guys, if you guys want something, always find from my official website, which is official website because it shows up here. So go on https:/streamlabs.com/J Romero dash this all that yada that slash merch. So if you guys want this, I will copy the link down in the description down below so you guys do not miss another merch. So not only that, we also want to make a special shout out today. So shout out to a good friend. Shout out. Let me get my notification activated. Alright, so our notifications today is that we got a new subscriber. Shout out to Gloria Rowe. So anyone else who is watching this video, Gloria, you got your official shout out. So guys, thank you guys supporting to my channel. I know this is just like, I never hit 60 subscribers, guys. You guys are the best, guys. I promise when I keep going, I will succeed further and further and further. So thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, let's go Storm Raiders. And goodbye.